Estamos en entrevista con los directores de Benda Bilili. Ellos son franceses. Son Renaud, Barret. That's right?
That's me.
Okay. And
Florent.
Tullaye.
De la Tullaye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the interview. They are the directors of a documentary called Benda Bilili, and it's about some people who have different capacities, and they are rolling from in the Congo and everything. Please talk us about what the inspiration to do this.
Who they are first is that what you were saying is that they are like living like bums in the streets of Kinshasa, but they get another problem is that they are disabled guys, so they get the poliomyelitis, and so they have to survive, but on wheelchairs in a city that is very violent, brutal, and poor. So they are really the outcast of the outcast.
Okay.
And but they're musicians. They're amazingly talented, like all the population in that city. And we met them in 2004, but it was like by chance. It was just like a miracle that happened. We met them. It was just like.
And we had to do something with them.
Yeah, we met them. They were begging for money in front of restaurants, and they were playing. It was like midnight, and we just dropped the cameras and sat among them and stayed like that till the morning.
Okay. 5 years.
Yeah. And it took 5. And the stuff is in the morning with Florent. It was 8, and they had played the whole night, drinking their alcohol and blah blah blah. And we decided we wanted to make an album. It was a choice, a dream, and it became something very.
For them, it was a dream too.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we just freaked out, and the day after we said okay.
And did you make the album?
Yes.
What's the level? Where we can find it?
No, I mean the album. The whole story of the movie is how we
Okay.
achieved the album, in fact, and it took 6 years in a row.
Yes.
Okay.
But now this band is very famous because they had a tour everywhere in the world, in Japan, in Canada, everywhere in Europe.
Nice.
So
Yeah, they're becoming big
so
stars.
this guy, homeless, disabled, now they are a big star.
And very good
so
musicians too.
Yes. So the movie follow this story from the beginning.
Okay.
And now their life changed a lot.
Okay. In Sonidero, in the section Sonidero, they have the documentary of No Distance Left to Run, Blur. So it's a big name, and the whole documentary is about music. In this section, have to have the same quality.
Sure, and you know, there's a funny thing also. I'm interrupting you, but
No, don't worry.
you know, Damon Alban from Blur is a big fan of the Benda Bilili. He went to Kinshasa, and then he spent like a week with there was a guy from
Massive Attack,
De La Soul, you know, the rappers, and they spent like 15 days in Kinshasa, and they went. Florent, he took him into the zoo to see where the band rehearsed. And just the Massive Attack, Damon Alban, they sat in the zoo where there's many sequences of the movie which are shot in the zoo because it's the way they rehearse. And the guy, they got like riveted. They said, wow, who the fuck are those guys? And so it's funny that the movie's been shown here also because he's a big star, he's all very, 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 but he's respecting a lot the Benda Bilili as artists, and he's a star, and they're just becoming stars, you know. Maybe to summarize, the story started in 2004, and we met them. We were doing a first movie in Kinshasa about the ghetto music.
Okay.
And doing that first movie, we met them, but it was just, you know, like that. But compared to the many bands we had met, they impressed us, and we immediately wanted to record the album. And the story of the film is how are we going to do an album in an African capital with no money, with people who live in shabby condition, they don't sleep, they don't eat.
Okay.
It's like you have to imagine the state of the country. There's been a war, there's like 5 million people killed within 10 years, which is just like the unknown genocide, you know.
Okay.
And the country is so rich, you got gold, you got the diamonds, you got, I mean, and the population is just starving to death.
That's the background.
Background.
Okay.
And them, they are like, they got no legs, they're handicapped, they're artists.
Okay.
Most of all, they're artists, but they get another handicap, you know,
Yeah.
compared to the population already in misery. They're like, very like that. And it took 5 years to make the project happen, but it's the movie tells the story, the ups and downs during the 5 years, and till the very amazing ending of that story, which is a happy ending because now they're playing in Glastonbury Festival in Japan. They've made like a world tour in Japan, but this is not in the movie. That's what they live today. The movie stops at a point where they've reached Europe for the first time, and they're like playing their head. If the first concert doesn't function well, they won't get no more venues paid. So. And that's the end of the movie, and it works big time. And now they're in a new life.
Okay.
So it's a very feel-good movie.
Yeah.
Feel good movie.
Yeah, it talks to many people.
No, that's the best. That's the best thing to do. I mean, have fun with the things that you do in your life. Is it your first work in a documentary, or
It's
do you
the
have another?
third one.
It's the third one.
Yeah.
And you co-directed the
Yeah,
three?
the three, and we started to make movies together. We started to make movies like we were on our late 30s. We were 35. Now I'm 40, it's like 39, and the first movie was in 5 years ago. So
Okay.
we're not like
Then
we
you
discovered
have
something.
experience.
We started making film in Kinshasa
Okay.
because the city provided the atmosphere, the stories, the energy, the creativity, and it became a kind of a laboratory for us. Like it gave us the creativity, and it was a complete new world. And we were complete newcomers too, and nobody were judging what we were doing, you know. And we started like that. It was a free sensation, so it means you can have many lives, you know, because before that we didn't do that. We did other jobs. And
Nice. You look happy with
Happy
the result
and-
of your documentary.
and colocado.
So thank you very much for this little interview for Rock 101.